All right, and are you Mr. Luna?
Yes, ma'am.
We're here for sentencing. You entered a plea of no contest on February 2nd. According to the plea bargaining agreement, punishment is to be assessed at a cap of 6 years. There's a $1,500 fine and the state opposes your application. Have both parties had a chance to review the PSI report, state?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense?
Yes, Judge.
Any objections to the PSI report, state?
No, Your Honor.
Defense?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Any witnesses, state?
No, Your Honor.
Defense?
Yes, Judge, if I may.
All right, Ms. Sandoval. All right, can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna need you to speak up, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, that's good. Can you state your name for the record?
Joanne Sandoval.
All right, defense?
Morning, Ms. Sandoval.
Good morning.
Are you nervous?
Yes.
You know why we're here today, correct?
Yes.
And essentially, judge has a decision to make as to whether to grant Robert probation or send him to prison for a number of years, correct? Can you tell me a little bit about Robert's upbringing?
I've been a single parent ever since. Robert has a love, he's just a lovable kid, since he was small. His dad was never in the picture, so I was mom and dad.
All right, everybody in the box, you all are gonna have to whisper, and people in the audience, please whisper, because we are on the record.
I was a mom and dad for him. He never had a father figure. So it was hard for me to try and talk to him as a dad, and a mom.
I don't mean to interrupt you, but what was the situation with his father?
I think his father had been a drug addict ever since, never in the picture. Recently, I want to say like 6 months before he passed, he came into Robert's life, but it was already too late. Robert was already grown, with no father figure, just whatever I had to tell him that it was good, bad, and me being a mom, I don't know too many about what men do think or what. So it was a rough upbringing for him, Couldn't come to me with man thing because he's a man and I'm a woman.
Now, let me ask you this. Have you been in Robert's life consistently up
Yes.
to today?
Up until today.
And that would include when he's been to the federal penitentiary before, correct?
Yes, I've always been by his side.
And he's made some bad decisions in the past, right?
Very bad, yes.
Okay. What he's pled to in this case, possessing a firearm, correct?
Yes.
And were you upset at him about this?
Very upset, yes.
Why is that?
Oh, he had no reason to be out. He had no reason to be out there.
Where should he have been?
He should be home.
Why is that?
The kids, he has a responsibility of being at home with us. There's 3 little ones involved. I'm a heart patient, and it's just a constant reminder he needs just to stay home and take care of the family.
And since being arrested for this charge, have you seen any changes in Robert?
A lot, very, very much.
What types of changes?
Thinks twice before he does anything. He'll ask me, we talk, and he talks a lot more now than he will.
Is he making better decisions these days?
Yes,
How so?
everything. He has an 11-year-old, and he talks to him now. He makes sure he knows what's good, what's bad. Before it was just like, okay, it's just kids, but now he's like really in there. He's got a brand new baby, and he's trying to learn how to change pampers and feed, and he's been good.
Would you like to see Judge grant probation for him?
Yes, I would.
In your opinion,
Any questions?
No questions, Your Honor.
All right, I just have a few questions if there are no objections.
no objection.
All right, thank you so much for coming. I'm looking at your son's history, and I'm assuming you've always been in his life. Is that correct?
Yes.
Did you notice any changes after he had the federal case in regards to firearms?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you so much for coming.
Judge, I'd like to call the defendant by name.
All right, you can raise your right hand for me. Do you solemnly swear or affirm a testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
My name is Robert Luna.
All right, defense.
Thank you, Judge. Robert, the judge has a decision to make, correct?
Yes, sir.
By all accounts, she should send you to prison based on the history. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
And tell me why you want this court to grant you probation.
I would love to be granted probation just due to the fact I have a lot of responsibilities, which all of us do. Um, I have a newborn daughter. We learn how to change her diapers because feel awkward changing a girl's diaper. So I'm learning that. And just basically I can teach my son right from wrong. I mean, a lot of us make bad decisions and we get incarcerated. And it's kind of hard to teach our children from behind walls because, like how my mom said, it's kind of hard, like a single mom, to control an average male nowadays. You know, there's so much social media and everything gets destroyed.
Robert, you know, you made a decision that night, correct?
I made a bad decision.
Whose fault is that?
That's my fault.
Where should you have been?
I should have been at home with my son. At that moment, I had a newborn son, and I just had a newborn daughter. She's about to be 2 months on the 8th of April.
And in the past, you've had probation for a felony offense.
Yes, sir.
Correct. And is that a state offense or federal offense?
It was a state offense.
Or did you complete that successfully?
Yes, sir.
And did you also have federal supervised release?
Yes, sir.
And did you complete that successfully?
Yes, sir.
I'll ask the judge.
State,
Yes, you were caught with a gun, right?
Yes, sir.
Why'd you have that gun?
It was in my vehicle in the glove compartment. At the time and moment, leaving the bar, I had no acknowledgement that it was in there. It was in there with the female that I was dating at the moment. I didn't know that she had it in there. As I reversed, they stopped the vehicle. It claimed ownership of my car, which claims ownership of whatever in there, and that's where we're at today, sir.
So pled no contest to this, is that right?
Yes, sir.
You're saying that you didn't have any knowledge of this gun at all?
everyone, please whisper.
At first, I didn't. I mean, I didn't know she brought it. She had told me that she was, but I did not know completely. But I still take full responsibility because it is my vehicle, and I knew better to double check on any circumstances that anybody comes in my vehicle because of my past history and things that.
No further questions, John.
All right, I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
So you have a newborn daughter?
Yes, ma'am.
How old is she?
She's gonna be 2 months on on April 8th.
And you have a newborn son?
He's 60 months.
All right. I'm assuming are these different people or the same?
No,
people?
the same mother.
Okay, because when you said newborn, I thought it was the same. Okay.
No, I have 6 boys, two with her that she has separate, 4 of my own, and then our daughter. So she's our new addition.
All right. Any other questions?
Nothing from the state, Your Honor.
No, Judge, not at this time.
All right. Any other witnesses?
No, Judge, just argues.
All right, court will hear argument.
Your Honor, in respect to the criminal history, certainly he's been sent to prison before. No question about that, Judge. In reviewing that criminal history, though, and the matrix of it, it's not as significant as many of my clients at this juncture, at this stage, Your Honor. He did have a deferred adjudication, I believe, for a theft case, which he completed, and then the federal arrests and cases that he pled and accepted responsibility for appear to be contemporaneous from the PSI, Your Honor. As far as his upbringing, Judge, his mother raised him. It appears the father had suffered from heroin addiction, would do things like take their property, pawn it. So unfortunately, I think that's difficult in of itself, but some of these criminal behaviors get imprinted on young person's minds. I think he has a desire and a willingness to change, Judge. Certainly, we're asking you to take a chance on him. I know at first glance, there's no reason you should give this individual probation, but I'd ask the court to consider that. In respect to his family, Judge, he himself, he said 6 children, but I think he's taking responsibility from his current partners, some of her children. He has 4 kids. He pays child support for the oldest of those children, Judge, and then the other ones live with him currently, so they're in his custody, care, and control. The PSI indicates he's not gang related or affiliated, Judge, which is something, given that he's been the penitentiary before. I think that's important. He meets the criteria for both alcohol and cannabis abuse. Judge, we talked a bit about that. Although he doesn't view that as a problem, I do know. Anything, even marijuana, can be something that's an addiction and something for us to turn to. So I would ask the court to consider that and consider his need for treatment. It's something that hasn't been tried before in the past. Previously, I think for the theft case, and I know for the federal situation, didn't undergo any form of treatment for that type of addiction, if it is such, Your Honor. If the court's not inclined to grant this application, Judge, I would simply ask the court to consider coming underneath that cap and assessing an appropriate punishment. It was a terrible decision, a bad situation. We talked at length about when you have young family, the last place you need to be is out at night with the gun in the car. So that's my request, Judge, and that's Julio's request.
All right, state.
The state's just relying on the PSI and the prior history of the accused in this case, Your Honor.
All right, the court will find you guilty. Court will send you to prison. Give you credit for any time served, $1,500 fine, time and money run concurrent. And the court will sentence you to 2 years prison. Showing you what's entitled trial court certification of defendants' rights to appeal. You're the only person, well, you're the second person who's been able to do that. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it? Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we can go off the record. I want to let you know that I did listen to your mother's testimony. I did listen to your defense counsel in the state. I did take into consideration in sentencing you that you have young children. I know you may think this is the end, but your children will still be in the toddler age once you are released. And you need to start making better decisions when you have a chance and there are no consequences. Do you understand? All right, good luck to you.
Thank you, Judge. May we be excused?
Yes. Who's here on Joshua Mejia? Thank you. Always good seeing you.